Hello, my wee fire sprites. Welcome back.
Hail.
We have another Faywatch ep here for you. This is Dina. Will and Rachel are with me in this moment on the screens.
Of course. Of course.
But emotionally here with me. I hope everybody is getting super cozy, wozy. Get your blankets, get your candles, get your tea. Or like maybe you're out driving or going grocery shopping and like that's fine too, but like get cozy in your heart if so.
Yes.
Because we have a fantastic episode for you today.
As the Lord commanded, get cozy in your heart.
Yeah, as the Lord commanded, get cozy in your heart for some makeup sex because we all just need to cuddle up and gear up to talk about some pretty rough and tumble.
Yeah.
Kick things off with a bang.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's okay. Wow.
Guys, I don't mean to like get ahead of ourselves, but like I think I'm pretty down.
You're pretty
yeah,
down.
yes.
You're spiced up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty down.
If I had to guess, we're gonna be like 3 for 3 of us like down with the scene, but let's
Only time will tell.
yes, like right now. Go ahead, Will.
Right. Will.
Okay.
Speak.
Wow. So let's just get to it. We don't need to deny ourselves anything at this point.
No.
We've really
We're no
earned
longer in the
it.
Garden of Eden. We don't have to
No, we've
pretend
passed
to
that.
abstain.
We've been cast from thence. So Hunt and Bryce are still mad about each other about the lie. Well, right. Hunt is mad at Bryce about the lies. Bryce is mad at Hunt about ? Unclear. Maybe she feels guilty about the lies. So she stays at work all day, trying not to go home. Little did she know, he's just waiting outside work and in his sunball cap.
Like,
waiting
so
for
smart of
her.
him. Again,
Yeah.
the boy has 2 brain cells, but he really used one of them this
No,
time.
he has some good like instincts when it comes to romance. Okay, so they go in allegedly to start researching about new demons, like in the archive,
Right, because there's like new demons that came up and Hunt needs to,
Yeah, something. But really what they're doing is they start playing aggressive footsie and they talk about, geopolitics. They talk about the whole Emil, now Cooper situation. Long enough that the tension is easing. Her foot is just like kind of going up and down his leg and like all these little
like
things.
if we're setting the scene here, they're like in this archive museum library. There's probably like a big oak desk. Like it's dark out. Everybody's left.
Everyone's gone. There's still hours until her boss of the owl comes to start
There's probably
his
like a
work
few
night.
like dim lights. Like the shit is romantic and ready as fuck for what's about to go down.
Bryce sort of sultrily slinks into the dim stacks of the empty archives and like, okay. I'm told people did this in college. Not me, but like I'm told people did this in college. Was that like a thing at your colleges?
Yeah. I feel like that's like a tale as old as time, fucking in the stack.
Right.
Yeah, although I did go to a Catholic university, so...
Well, Catholics have sex, Dina.
Also, didn't they probably have to use the stacks because you like, the nuns kept you out of the buildings or something?
Right.
Yeah, but I think people were just really, really worried about being caught because you would get in like legitimate, such serious trouble compared to
like
other
Mr.
schools.
Priesty man would be mad.
But isn't that the whole point of Catholicism? It's like more fun if you're going to get in trouble. Anyway.
That's so true. That's so true.
We start getting frisky. So Hunt has Bryce up against the bookshelf. And honestly, for the first time, I feel she has been asking for like some light dom vibes, and he has been sort of incapable of delivering until now. And he finally steps the fuck up.
He does.
Good for our BP Hunt. It's not really him, but he's like providing for his partner. So he's like, do you want to do this right here? Say please. And all this stuff. And he's like, I love you undone at my mercy. And she's
Your Hunt voice is killing me.
Yeah.
she's eating it up. She's eating it up. She's utterly at my mercy. More like Umbra mortisly at my mercy.
Wow.
Does anybody know what page we're on so that I could like follow along here?
Oh, yes, actually, the real action starts on page 581.
Oh, thank God.
Not that Will didn't like have that tabbed like
I just wanted to let people know because, like, okay, it gets like real. This is some of the most detailed sex that we get, I think,
Yeah.
in the book. This makeup sex, we're in multiple positions. He starts by, quote, feasting on her.
Yeah. She's up. She's like hands on the bookshelf, right?
Yeah. He's feasting.
And I think she thinks like they're gonna fuck, and then like he like surprises her by going down on her instead. Like, fun.
And
very
once
fun.
again, praise be representation for our multiple gasm girlies. Because that sends her over the top, and then they really get down to business after that.
We love that. A little starter org, you know?
Yeah, a little starter org. I really do, like, they're kind of in many a position, like, up against the wall, like, kind of on the ground.
Little doggy style.
Little doggy.
Yeah. I encourage you to dip into the text at your leisure.
I love that they both admit that they wanted to fuck on the desk at the gallery. Like, I feel like this is making up for that moment for both of them where they didn't last
although
time.
I'm still upset they didn't get to do that.
No, me too. Yeah.
With like magical books floating in the background or whatnot. And the little, what was that? The little scary thing in the water looking at them.
Oh, we don't like that.
No, we don't like
That's not our particular preference.
The evil voyeur creature.
Anyhow, they both climax, but this time they don't teleport. And so it's kind of like, okay, we thought we'd teleport, but we're just like still kind of near the books and not in the stacks. So I guess
probably best that they don't teleport every time. Like, I feel like that could start to get a little difficult logistically.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You can't always teleport somewhere that has like spare clothes on hand as they did previously.
Right.
No, I love this. A fantastic scene.
An amazing scene. Obviously so hot. Rach, you sounded like you were like kind of getting all hot and bothered into it.
I feel like you're calling me out right now and you're like really shining a spotlight on me. Like I was no such thing. Okay. I just like approved of it.
Okay. Wow. Kink shaming here from Rach.
No. You're kink shaming me. Falsely. Anyways, we liked it. We won't say more, but we'll just say we liked it.
Page 581. That's where it starts.
Yeah.
So,
should you ever need to go to the text.
Yeah.
581.
It's important to go to the text.
Yeah.
So then we get another little night and day sequence. It's not that cute in the pantheon of night and day sequences.
Wow.
Rune fell asleep because he was bored of his roommates talking about football or some ball or whatever. And so he passed the fuck out on the couch. But she's being a distant queen after their most recent experience. And all professional, and tells him that Pippa is planning some revenge, which is like, lol, again, now we're spying on Ophion or something. Unclear.
Right.
I
don't get it.
But the more important thing is they get into a spat about how Rune is spoiled, which he is, TBH. And he has a whole like Jean Valjean moment. He's like, who am I? I'm the prince of nothing.
Honestly, he's such a little like sad emo boy.
Yeah.
And Day is like, sir, have you ever really struggled? And he's like, my dad was mean to me.
I mean, his dad was abusive.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But she says like, so what? Join the fucking club.
Yeah, join the fucking club. Anyway, who needs your dad's throne when you are the self-pity king? So that happens. Yeah.
Slay.
I also feel like something about, I have no idea why, but something about the way it said like Prince of Nothing with like the capital N. I'm like, I feel like there's some kind of weird foreshadowing here that we
it didn't occur to me.
know nothing about. Like something else about like his powers or I don't know. I feel like there's something.
I thought he was just being dramatic, but that could be the case. Okay, so the next day, Bryce is back in the office, hangs up from talking to her mom, and the Autumn King walks in, and she immediately has a clapback. I kind of wonder if she just has a list going.
Oh, yeah, you got to.
She must have like a notes app list.
Yeah, she's like, trash gets dumped in the back. But for once, briefly at least, because we'll get to this later, but it's she who will have the tables turned on her.
Yeah.
Unusual for our girl Bryce. There are also, I think, a couple like intriguing tidbits here. So
agreed.
That continue to make me think maybe he's not totally super evil and wrong and will have have his we redemption moment, or at least
Yeah.
his interests will be aligned in some way. Anyway,
Right.
he says something about how one reason he set up the Cormac marriage, the marriage to Cormac, was because there's like a law or treaty or something wherefore the Asteri aren't allowed into Avalon without like a warrant or whatever. Like they need to ask
No, I
permission,
think
basically.
they.
No, they just
I think it's
can't
the magic.
penetrate.
They like actually can't get into it.
Oh, they just can't get into
The
it at
mist.
all.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
okay, that's like pretty nice and safe. So like actually, makes you think. He also very intriguingly kind of sees the number that was on. So I guess Bryce had written down the like sequence of numbers and letters that was on Sophie's arm onto a note card, and he sees it and he like recognizes the sequence. And he basically is hinting that he's been looking for the same thing. And she's like, what? And he's like, the truth. Dun dun. And it's all very mysterious.
But again, just like classic, the kids are running around doing this, and there are these various adults who pop in, like what's her name? Jessica, right? And now like the Autumn King, and like people who just like clearly know shit, but they're not gonna like say enough to help. But they're just gonna be like, yeah, I know some stuff too. And then it's like, okay, are you gonna help at some point?
Yeah, in his like extremely light defense, like very light defense, she is basically being, you're full of shit. Like I don't, you know, like,
Yeah,
she's not
of
exactly
course.
going out of her way to try and get the information. Anyway, the main reason he comes is to be a dick.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
he's very gloaty because he drops the bombshell that given her recent usage of the princess title to win favors for Juniper, a meeting with the governor, their little astronomer situation, which like, I don't know that we talked TLDR. Basically, Mark came up with like, if you're a royal, you can commandeer indentured servants like slaves. It's very weird, bad. Anyway, she used her princess title to try and get the fire sprites and the dragon free.
Yeah, and Mark
basically.
is definitely not meeting his hours this year for given all his pro bono work.
No, yeah.
Yes. In the course of doing that, she has basically opted in to being princess in a very formal sense, in which now he has legally changed her name, kind of signed all the paperwork. It's real.
Okay, so that's fucked, but two thoughts. Number one, Bryce, you're supposed to be the fucking smart one. Did you not know that this was going to happen? Number
Yeah.
two, the name thing is like kind of infuriating because like obviously he like didn't ask and he changed her name and like she had her mom's name and all of this stuff. But as a girly who has the name of a person she doesn't like as her last name, it is also really fun to like do things in that name that he would hate. So like, Bryce, look on the bright side. You know what I mean?
Just
Like, for her
tarnish
to
that
be-
surname.
Exactly. Tarnish the shit out of that fucking surname, you
Yeah.
know?
Wow.
Like there's something really fun and toxic about that I think Bryce could get into.
Yeah, lean into it.
Okay, and then he disappears into the dimness of the stacks, and I'm like, what can he smell over there?
Oh God, Will.
So Bryce will go home. She gets home, and there's like a fancy credit card that says Her Royal Highness or whatever, and she thinks it's a leash, which it obviously is. I think I would just take it and spend it. She puts it in a desk drawer, which
Oh, I
is
know.
very
I'm
responsible, and I could not.
All over it.
I would be ordering so many new outfits
Yeah.
immediately. Like at least
Yeah.
if you're going to have to deal with this shit, order yourself some new clothes, make yourself feel better, online shop until like your mood gets a little better, you know?
Again, looking on the bright side, if your dad is going to sort of change your name without your permission, which fucked up, she has new scooter registration, she didn't have
Right,
to go
she
to the
didn't have to
DMV
go to
her
the
say,
fucking DMV.
which is obviously the worst thing. So
That really speaks to me.
yeah. No, good
I was
point.
just there.
But she's very taken aback, and she's so taken aback that she organizes a kind of girl date with Hypaxia.
Which by
Yeah,
the
she's
way,
like,
I at first was so confused. I'm like, okay, so you guys like aren't friends and you're just gonna like call her up and be like, I just need to have like girl talk. But then I thought
girly.
about it and I was like, this is exactly like when Taylor Swift and Sophie Turner were first spotted at dinner after the whole Joe Jonas thing. Cause you're kind of like, oh, I didn't know they were friends, like blah, blah, blah. But then it's like sometimes, you know, a queen calls a queen and they go out to Via Carota to have dinner.
couldn't agree more, Dina.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's just like, Poor Bryce, like, doesn't, again, she struggles in the female friendship department these days. So she's like, who's a woman? Girl boss. I talked to Hypaxia once before.
Right. It does feel very celebrity, you know.
Yeah.
And they actually talk about that. First of all, Ethan is tagging along as like Secret Service boy sitting at the bar.
So cute.
But like not allowed to participate in the conversation, which is kind of weird vibe for your friend, I feel like. But that's fine. They bond over how hard it is to be a princess and a queen and how nobody understands the trials and tribulations. And I thought, including Dina, who was shitting all over the poor Mer princess, not 2 or 3
I read
episodes
it and
ago.
I thought, at the moment, including me, who's like, guys, get the fuck over it.
Yeah, I mean, same. I was like, okay, so hard. Hypaxia reveals that the Hind, who is her half-sister, the Hind's dad is some stag shifter in Pangera. And like the Hind was taken away when she was 3 or something because she was showing stag shifter power, not witch power. So they never really met because that was before, I think, Hypaxia was born.
Yes.
But Hypaxia's TLDR is like, look, the only way to stop your dad from making you princess and taking over your life is to go to the Asteri. But obviously, that's like kind of a huge question mark given their ongoing, very open rebellion against said Asteri.
Yeah.
We also learned that Pax knows about Second Light.
Yeah.
She also is really upset about the whole situation. This is where I continue to have very little pity. And I'm like, okay, you die. Sorry. Whatever.
Your opinion is noted, Will.
Yeah, we got it. Well, people die. Get over it. Okay.
It also seems like she maybe did something to her mom's spirit.
Yes, she did something so that her mom's spirit would not go be fed to the gates, but it meant that they can no longer talk to her.
It seems like the coven maybe knows, and that's one of the reasons they're weirded out by her, too.
I think that's right.
So they're at the bar, and they're really getting along. So they're like, let's go on a walk. So they're going to walk. Cute little girl walk. Bonding is rudely interrupted, however, by assassin demons.
Oh, no.
Which show up. And
Like really like nostalgia for first
it's
book.
nostalgia.
I'm like, oh,
I thought we were kind of
cute
over
little
it.
demons. Great.
I enjoyed being able to just walk through Lunathian without fear of assault by demon. But they're back.
Also, by the way, what the fuck is Bryce doing walking around the city without a single fucking weapon?
The boys light into her for that later. They're like, what are you up to?
Yeah, as they should.
So yeah, these like demons show up. They literally rip out and then swallow Ethan's throat.
Ooh.
But like, don't worry, he comes back within the chapter. Like he gets healed within the chapter. So like, fear not.
I didn't realize they swallowed it. That's a real gory detail.
Yeah, it's kind of grim. I think the important thing is we learn that Bryce can sort of combo move, it seems, with anyone because Hypaxia channels a bunch of healing power into her. And that lets Bryce teleport around, which is how she and Hypaxia kind of kill the two demons.
Yeah, she teleports to where Ethan is laying throatless, gets his gun, shoots one of them, then kind of like lures the demon back to the other demon back to where Hypaxia is. And she's like gotten on her little brooch broom.
Yeah.
Brooch broom. And she at least has a fucking dagger. And so she like swoops down on her broom and murders the other demon.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
precisely.
the ladies dispatch with the demons after girl talk.
Yeah, totally. They dispatch the demons. I feel like Hunt is not smart enough to pick up on this when she's telling him after, but he should be a little torn up that apparently anyone can kind of juice Bryce up to use her power. Because I think earlier there was this whole, maybe like you and Hunt are so together and so perfect for each other that like he's the missing key that unlocks your power. But it turns out fucking anyone can do it, maybe.
Wow.
And I guess he does not share Raichi's tendency toward jealousy, but I don't know. It feels pretty intimate to me to be sharing power.
Wow, you wish. You fucking wish.
Yeah. Hunt isn't Bryce's mate, it's actually Hypaxia.
Yeah. Big plot twist there.
as per usual, law enforcement shows up far too late is like pretty unhelpful.
Right, because like they do nothing. Hypaxia heals Ethan. Like,
yeah, they're just like they're they're putting up the little tape. They're like Isaiah's like, like what's happening? But it's fine, I guess.
this is when we learned the dragon bails because
Right.
the dragon was supposed to be watching, and
everyone
she
except for
ditches.
Hypaxia is upset. And obviously, I agree with Hypaxia because Hypaxia is
Yeah.
like, I don't know, like they were imprisoned and they saw an opportunity to get free. Is that
Right.
like
Right.
so bad?
Woke queen.
Flynn is all on his. Flynn's like, well, we like helped her, and she couldn't help us. Like that's so fucked up. It's like, okay, get over it, bub. At one point, Bryce makes a sex joke re-hunt, and then he quote flicks her nose in
So
front of
cute.
people.
I'm proud.
Okay, I hate it. Interesting.
Okay.
You think
Okay.
it's
Wow.
to have your nose flicked in front of a group of other people, like a public nose flicking?
Yeah, what?
And
It's not.
it's like her friends.
Yeah, he's just giving her a little bop on the nose.
No.
Noted. I won't flick your nose in public, Will, but in private, you better watch out.
I don't know. I feel like that's better than her being like, we got lucky tonight and I plan to get lucky again. Like, I feel like that's worse than a little nose. Like, a nose flick can be cute.
She's egregious too. I mean, honestly,
Yeah, she's
they're
egregious.
I feel like we should talk about this because they now have just been together too long, and I think at this point have had enough sex that they can stop. You know, they're a classic new couple.
I know. And it's
who
like, we
is
get it.
all
You're
about the
fucking-
PDA,
Right,
talking
yeah.
all like making all these little things, and we're like, all right, you're talking about it a lot. You're talking about it a lot,
Yeah.
and must
Get
it be so? No one else is talking about their sex. You know, Other
Right.
people having sex, they're not talking about it anyway.
Wow.
Pax heals Ethan, but it's cute because all the frat boys stop by because they want.
Oh,
to
and
come
he gets
home.
so kind of like cute emo about it. He's like, wait, what? Like, they came by to see me?
Yeah, and he's like, "Wait, why do you want me?" He just like can't process. He can't
Yeah.
process like emotions or having friends. And they're like, "Well, we like you, so come home." It's cute.
I know, but I do like that they're still boys. So, like, they can't really say that. They have to be like, oh, like, we just, like, want good sunball tickets. And then, like, they all laugh.
yeah,
but it's
they
like,
have to,
no,
talk
you guys,
around
like,
it.
are being little cute bros.
You guys want your pup?
Yeah. And doesn't, like, Therian pop by, too, to check out
Okay,
the
well,
pet?
so yes, then Therian pops by Hypaxia's little presidential suite at the witch
Mm-hmm.
embassy, which is obviously cozy as fuck. And again,
Oh, for sure.
furthest thing that could be removed from Rune's house.
Yes.
Right.
Complete
And again,
opposite.
a lot of naked little Chthona BBs around.
And there's like a little crystal altar, a scry mirror. They have a fireplace built into the wall, which it's like it's just built into the wall. You know what I mean? It doesn't protrude
mean it's like-
out. It like
Well,
it's
I
like,
mean, yeah, most of them kind of like are built into a wall. I mean,
but this is what I'm trying to
sometimes.
say. It's not like that, and I don't.
It's like
think.
flush with the wall.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
It's like flush with the wall and like carved out from there. You know?
Oh, cool.
I think it's sort of medieval vibes, and it has all these little iron poles, so she could put her cauldrons on them and bubble her potions.
Oh my God, so fun.
It's so lovely.
Oh my god!
And it turns out, I think we don't really know this. We like sort of mused about it, maybe at the summit, but it turns out they're BFFs. Therian
Yeah.
and Hypaxia, like complete platonic BFFs.
Although, by the way, when you're first reading this, like, I feel like it's meant to be a bit of a red herring. You know what I mean? Like, are they flirting? Like, is
I
he the one that
guess.
she's in love with? Like,
Yeah.
it's definitely, when you're first reading it, giving those vibes. And I just want to be clear that I did not fall for it.
Did you know at this point?
No, I had no idea.
Okay.
That our girl Pax was gay? No, I had no idea.
Wow.
We importantly learn that the tally marks
Oh,
That-
the tally marks
were being made at the summit, that he was making at the summit.
that we could
Wow.
not figure out for like 10 minutes in like episode something.
I will
of-
admit, completely wrong. It was not about how many times she'd had sex with someone.
With
No, right.
It was how many times Rune was gawking at her because she was so like impressive in the meeting.
oh,
Oh, that's actually really sweet.
They mostly just catch up, and it's kind of cute. I don't know that we learn a whole lot new. It's like the Coven is sketchy, whatever. We do learn that before she texted him to come over, Therian was having a drink with an entire pride of lioness shifters at a wine bar.
Good to know he's making use of his time above.
Yeah, his time above.
A whole pride of lionesses. Incredible. At a wine bar. Incredible.
Dream Friday night.
Right. Okay. That's actually a good reminder because I don't think we covered this yet. So Therian goes from Hypaxia's to Rune's to ask for a place to stay. Again, ye old hotel, ye old inn, frat house edition. Because he has decided to start like trying to break away a little bit from the River Queen, ? Basically, Hunt told him about Emil not having powers.
Yeah.
And then Emil was safe. And Therian was like, fuck, I'm going to have to tell the River Queen. She's going to get mad at me. It's be a whole fucking thing. And then they were talking and they were like, well, like, what if you just didn't tell her? And you just pretended to keep looking and you could just hang out on the surface where you want to be.
Yeah.
It's very much not an actual solution to the problem, but he's so sort of despondent about his current life that he's thrilled to have a couple weeks up top for the most part.
Sweet Therian. Good. Draw it out. Why not? Hang out with those shifters. Enjoy your freedom while you have it.
Now we get to, I think, one of the main happenings of this part of the book, which is the little mating party. The little mating party.
Yes, the little giant masked ball.
Yes, the masked ball for the archangels. So in the prelude to said party, Rune and Day meet again on a mind bridge. She apologizes, which I think is good. He accepts because he's obviously in love with her already. They do at one point talk about the meaning of leadership, which is boring, but then they get
boring.
They get into their cute little heads that, it'd be like a really great idea. Like a really great idea would be to go to this high profile event together and meet up in person, but like at this high profile event where there'll be lots of Asteria security where, the Hind who maybe saw one of you like commit treason will be there. But like, yes, let's bring maybe the foremost spy of the rebellion just because like per Rune, quote, I want to smell your scent, see you even for a moment.
Oh.
So they do that. They plot. They're like,
he's crushing hard.
He's crushing hard.
He is not seeing any logic whatsoever. I know she is too. Like, what was her plan? Could not have been to actually say anything to him.
I don't know. Right. So they say they'll have the code words they'll use are just their code name. So it'll be like day and night, and they'll meet at the fountain at midnight. And they're also like, well, it's a masked ball, so like we'll be safe. Like no one will know.
Yeah, like no one will know.
I mean, sure, Cinderella story. It's Hilary Duff. It's Chad Michael Murray. We're here. We're ready.
Oh my gosh! Thank you for bringing up Hilary and Chad. That's exactly what it is.
Obviously, I was thinking about that the whole time. It's like if you're gonna have a masked ball, I'm gonna think about a Cinderella story.
I don't know to what you refer, but that's fine.
A Cinderella story? Will, we need to complete your education here. It's
different than just Cinderella.
It's a solid, like, classic early 2000s rom-com.
All right, so Bryce and Hunt are getting ready for the party. Whole vibe, getting ready for the wedding, whatever.
Of course, Hunt is, like, doing the classic thing where he is in a tux and clearly looks so hot, and he's, like, huffing and puffing, like, I can't believe
hate it. Where's my battle
I hate
suit?
it.
Yeah, he's in a white tux. He's feeling strangled, like, grow up, bud. You look hot.
Yeah.
He has a golden mask, patent leather shoes. He's looking good.
Yeah.
Wait, you're on mute, I think.
Okay, I was just getting really mad at you because I was like, stop talking over me. Excuse me. Because I just wanted to be clear. I mean, does he have a white jacket on? It's not his pants aren't white, right? Because that would be alarming. He has a white tux jacket.
I assume
surely.
so, right?
Okay, thank you. Because otherwise, like first communion, like
yeah.
Let's
okay.
Hold on.
White.
There's a white bow tie. I think just the bow tie is white. I think he's in a tux.
It's hot. I'm gonna fill in my own.
Yeah.
Okay, he's hot. Did you have anything to contribute? Did I talk over you? Or, I mean, you were muted. I didn't talk over you.
Well, you did. I mean, I was muted, but like, how dare you? No, that's like, I think mostly what I had to say.
Okay. Okay. We learn that Daddy Autumn King has become quite demanding on Bryce's physical appearance vis-a-vis her becoming official Fae princess. Instructs her to wear heels of a specific height, certain kinds of jewelry, clothes, even the length of her nails, tells her how to exit a car, tells her, obviously very problematically, that she's not allowed to eat in public. It's not giving, like, the wokest monarchy in the world.
I mean, that's just kind of how it goes. We all watch the Meghan Markle documentary, you know what I mean?
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
That's so true.
Bryce had been so upset reading the rules that she got that Hunt had to go down on her, basically.
That was weird.
They'd already fucked in the shower.
I'm like, guys,
Like
stop
moments
talking
ago.
about how much you're fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we get it. We get it.
We get it.
They'd already sort of gotten theirs mere moments ago, and then she read it, and Hunt was like, all right, I guess I fucking gotta do this. Like, just freaking the fuck out.
Wow.
But, okay, here's my hot take. It must be said, credit where it's due, when she steps out of her room, dressed according to the Autumn King's orders, she looks fucking hot. She looks so fucking hot.
Gorge.
Hunt's considerable length gets,
Considerable.
Even more
Firm.
considerable.
She's wearing a sparkling black dress that hugs her luscious curves. And it has a long train of solid night, a plunging neckline, obviously.
Got a frame star.
Right, that like perfectly frames her star. And she has black gloves up to her elbows. Have either of you
Loved
ever had
that
occasion to
detail.
wear like a fancy glove situation?
No.
Not like unironically. And I would fucking love an opportunity to do that one day.
But you've worn it ironically.
Like maybe like a costume or something. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. No, it seems so cool.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have a ball on the cruise.
Ooh.
Yeah. So yeah, they're both looking hot. They get to the venue. Security is on high alert given, rebellion. Everyone, when they come in, they have to make like obeisance to the archangels. You got to go and like say hi, thank
Curtsy
you,
and-
etc.
Yeah.
Rune. Okay, so like we get a lot of our characters are here, although not all of them. Rune is here escorting Hypaxia. Flynn bailed. Flynn just didn't come because his parents are trying to set it up in a marriage, and he's whatever 80-year-old bachelor and loving it and not trying to get tied down. Deck presumably not invited because he's not like Fae nobility.
Royal.
He's just kind of working man Fae.
Just deck dude.
And I don't think Ethan's here either. Tharian is here escorting the River Queen's daughter. We'll get back to that in a moment. I do just want to note that she arrived on shore in a gray boat pulled by swans, which is fucking
Wow.
just lovely.
Oh,
Gorgeous.
That's what I'm saying.
so
River Queen
cute.
has style. I'm sorry, but it must be said.
Like, I also love like picturing like wee swans like trying to pull a boat.
yeah. Also, Will, just so you don't have to issue a notes up apology, Ethan is there because he is
God.
like guarding Pax.
Okay. Sorry. Ethan's there. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Ethan's
But he
there.
has a little wolf mask. I think it's cute.
Oh, does he?
Aw.
That's cute. I missed that.
Yeah.
Conveniently, Mordock, Bad Wolf, not there.
Conveniently, they have not run into the one person who can smell their scents
Right,
perfectly
who
the
could, like,
entire time.
Conclusively, no, sorry, the second person who could conclusively identify
Right.
them as rebels.
Lol.
So that's convenient. Bryce walks in like arm in arm with Cormac as her purported fiance, while Hunt walks right behind them. So he's like a hot kind of third wheel. It's all very strange. Daddy Autumn King comes over expecting them to like say hi, and Cormac tries to go, but she pulls him away and they make a beeline for the archangels.
She cuts everybody else in line.
Yeah. And she goes just right to the archangels, and they do their little congratulations, like, so happy for you, whatever. And then she drops. Like, I think Celestina says something like, I hope you're happy, whatever. I hope you find happiness, something. And Bryce just says, Prince Hunt and I plan to be quite happy. And the room is like gasp.
A gasp rippled through the
Silent.
room.
Yeah.
Our queen bringing the drama, bringing the tea.
She's announcing that they're mates, basically, in front of everybody, and in a setting such that unless he wants to cause a scene, Daddy Autumn King kind of has to, like, play along with. And then Celestina basically gives them her blessing, which makes it, I don't know, official or legal or some shit. Anyway, it all makes a lot of sense because part of me had been like, why is Bryce following the Autumn King's orders? Like, that's so not Bryce to be wearing all the shit he told you to wear.
Right.
That's, like, so weird.
But it's because she was a scheming.
Yeah, she was scheming. She was basically setting up this little trap to kind of get out from under his thumb.
Cormac's annoyed, but, like, whatever, bro. Like, you just got here. You can't be, like, a part of the inner circle.
I mean,
yet.
again,
It's
she
fine.
could have, like, filled him in, but whatever.
Yeah.
Then there's, like, a kind of, like, anxiety-ridden moment, and when it looks like they might have played themselves because the Asteris zoom in to the party to say hi to Celestina and Ephraim, and then they're like, hey, Hunt and Bryce, like, we hear there are more congratulations in order. Please step out to the front. And it's like, are we getting singled out? And they kind of are. They don't say, like, our boy Rigolas doesn't say anything weird per se, but he smiled, quote, as if he knew everything she'd done these weeks, every rebel activity, every mutinous thought. And it's like, okay, yeah, I guess he did know all those things, so.
Also, so embarrassing that they have to be like, hail the Asteri. Like, how do you say that without laughing? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's just like these guys like zoom in and you have to be like, all hail.
Yeah, I would struggle with that. Anywho, it's mostly fine, and they go back to dancing. Hypaxia is distracted while dancing with Rune and decides that now is the time she needs to go meet her sister for the first time ever, the Hind. So Rune agrees to accompany her because she needs some support and courage. But then he sort of quickly abandons her because it's getting near midnight and he needs to go to the fountain or whatever. But it was sort of not. It was shades of Hunt telling Celestina he would be there for her and then just sort of dipping immediately. And it's just like, you can't trust these men, basically, is what it's about. Anyway, the convo with the Hind seems to be fine. Like, the Hind isn't the warmest, but nothing bad really happens. Rune makes a beeline for the fountain. He gets there, and whoops, the only person there is the Harpy.
Oops.
And she's in her, like, matte black outfit. And he's in his head like this can't be right. But, like, maybe it's right. And so he says, day, ? And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're making no sense, you weirdo. And he's like, yeah, no,
So
okay.
awkward.
And, like, starts, like, walking away. And he's thinking to himself, gee, I hope she's not, like, actively looking for spies because that was a little bit suspicious.
Yeah, he should have at least like brought some mirth root out there or something and acted like he was just, on like a smoke break or something. He needs to do better about getting a little cover for himself.
Yeah, this is when he realizes maybe the plan to meet the most important spy in the whole rebellion at this party was like a bad idea, because as he's walking away, he sees the Hind and he's like, oh shit, she followed me. Because obviously he doesn't know.
He does not know.
Right.
He is not putting two and two together. But again, there's no way the Hind was ever going to admit who she was to him in this moment.
Yeah, but she's love struck as well.
Yeah, true.
We just don't know.
We just don't know. And I obviously don't actually remember how they figure it out, so it's fine. Okay, here we go. Ending, great ending to this episode. Cloakroom. Cloakroom extraordinaire.
Thank goodness.
Glistening nipplegate.
Yeah, so an amazing scene. As you know, Hunt and Bryce are in their kind of like public kink era. So they are dancing for a little bit and they're like, we need to find somewhere to fuck.
Right.
So they wander past some smirking angel guards who are like, wow, like, we're working, but they're going to go fuck. To get down and dirty in a cloakroom. The cloakroom they have found is locked, and Hunt is all macho, macho, macho. I'm going to kick the door down. So he kicks the door down.
Learn, sweetheart. Oh, God.
Yeah. Kicks the door down or whatever, immediately goes in, starts like sweeping her up and like putting one leg up, and then, oop, what do they find?
Oh.
But a kind of mussed up Celestina, her dress tugged down over one boob.
Gleaming as if somebody had been licking it?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That's always funny to me. Like, this always has cracked me up because, like, how much saliva is on there?
No,
There's,
it's like,
a
let's not
sheen.
get into it. Let's
I
never,
guess it had
ever,
to have been
ever
like
get into it.
mere instance before, you know, if it's still
Yeah, but,
sheening.
like, hopefully not. I just don't think you have a sheen.
Yeah, no. Again, I'd rather not do too much of a close read here.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, well, this is all you're getting.
Lesbian sex scene, the only
No, I
one
just mean
in-
the gleaming. Like, this amount of saliva. Like, we don't need to like get into the amount of saliva. You know, we don't need to ruin the
Okay.
moment. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm
wow.
not trying to
So all
ruin
of a
the
sudden,
moment.
we're not gonna. Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
see how it is.
interesting.
Let us just enjoy
We
it.
can critique the velvety nature of
Yeah.
firm, considerable lengths, but this is beyond the
All of a
pale.
sudden-
This is
Yeah,
beyond the pale.
I think Celestina and Pax are beyond the pale. Thank you very much.
Well, wow, you spoiled it. You spoiled my big
Oh, sorry.
reveal because I was going to say standing between Celestina and the door, or maybe kneeling, is Hypaxia.
Hey,
Woo!
Wow.
Who's also like mussed up, like looking like she was in the
Wow.
midst of it.
clothes askew, lips swollen. Hell yeah,
Yeah, what is that? Like, why did your lips get swollen? No,
from like
anyway.
biting.
Yeah.
No, I think it's just like it's a thing in these like this is a thing in SJM's books,
Yeah.
like from like kissing, you like lips get swollen, which I don't think is like necessarily
Like, yeah.
true to
right.
life, but maybe get in touch about
Yeah,
it.
please correct us. Bryce has to
Oh, I'm glad you're saying this, Will. Thank God you're
step
saying
in
this.
front of Hunt because he just is like a raging boner. And like, I'm like, okay, you kind of found them in a pretty compromised situation. I think it's okay if they see Hunt's boner, but she steps in front of them so that they don't have to do that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's good. Celestina and Hunt are sort of powering up, like in a defensive, like we'll take each other out if we need to like whatever.
Yeah.
I guess mostly Celestina is feeling very defensive because if this got out, it would be whatever, huge issue, huge drama. But basically, Bryce does some girl talk and talks them down. And is like, we're all girls. Like, we're all like, you know, we hate men. Like, we'll be fine together. Like, the Asteria press us. We'll give you our word that we won't tell anyone. And I'm like, well, that means fuck all, because we all know what these people are like, keeping secrets.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like Bryce and Hypaxia had their little demon moment. Like they're, you know.
And Celestina also is sort of like, you know, forlorn queen. She's like, she tells Hunt, love is a trap. Like, beware. And I was like, wow, I love that vibe.
Yeah.
Like, preach, girl, preach. Okay, wait. There's one little thing I wanted to raise. Bryce is talking to Celestina. And obviously Hunt is getting all hot and bothered because he loves when she's like sassy or whatever. And it goes, and I think this is from Hunt's perspective, power to power, female to female, governor to ... Princess wasn't the right word for the expression that came across Bryce's face, the shift of her posture. Another word formed on his tongue, but Hunt didn't let it take root, didn't let himself think of all the deadly implications that the other word would entail.
Ooh.
Ooh.
What is it?
High Lord Bryce? Oh, wait.
Queen.
High
It's
Lady?
gotta
I mean,
be
yeah, probably
queen,
Queen.
right?
Yeah.
High Lord Bryce. Queen.
Queen.
Wow.
Anyway,
Foreshadow.
Yeah.
We love it.
it's
Wow.
funny because I feel like this is a common whatever. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't really see that. Is there that big a difference between a princess and a queen? It all seems the fucking same to me. But
Yeah, I think so. I mean, one's, you know, in charge.
Yeah, one's actually leading, the other one's living in a frat house.
yeah, true.
But anyway, I guess they aren't swingers because they like have they make their little truce and then,
Yeah, they make their truce.
yeah.
And neither gets to do their thing because Pax and Bryce walk off together. I think to
Wow.
sort of throw off any sense. Okay, so we end with fuckboy extraordinaire Therian, who, again, this is not the best look for him.
No.
He is really
No.
sick of chaperoning River Queen daughter, and we get it for all the reasons we've discussed. And she's sort of agog at all the wonder of the upside world, and instead of being charmed by it, he's over it. He's just really over it. And he decides, quote, I'm not going to string her along any further. Like, I've done it for too long. But his way of doing that is he tells her, here, dance with the guard. I'll be right back. And then he just dips. He just like goes to the bar, finds the little leopard shifter to get a drink with. But like you're actually stringing her along more if you just ghost her after 10 years.
Right?
What are you doing? He thinks he's being so noble. And it's like, dude.
No.
It's also like, just wait and do that tomorrow night. Like, you're getting all this time above. Like, you have to babysit one night. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like, he's just being a little dummy.
He's going AWOL. He's had enough.
Yeah. He's really over it. And I'm sure everything will work out perfectly for him and he won't face any retribution whatsoever.
Right.
Yeah, from his like notably vindictive River Queen boss.
Precisely.
Okay, well, that's that. Bye.
Excuse me. Don't be so abrupt.
Dean and I have a housewarming party we're throwing tonight that is Christian goth girl fall themed, and I need to get
it's really important to get
heavy
a
nap. Yeah, heavy nap.
Yeah. No, that's true. Okay, well, thanks y'all for tuning in. Thank you for rating, reviewing. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at FaeWatchPod. If you follow us on TikTok, we're going to start doing lives. We need to get to 1,000 followers. So be the change.
Yeah, Rachel is
world.
dying to read Iron Flame on live TikTok. So
exactly. So make it happen.
Yeah.
We'd appreciate it.
The moment is nigh.
And we'll catch you next week.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.